It's time for all your binge-worthy pop culture news. Welcome to Up and Adam.
Hi, guys. Welcome back. And whoo, do we have a night for you guys. Guys, I'm starting to love hot, messy topics more and more because this is the time where we get to invite all of you to have an unfiltered, opinionated conversation. Now, of course, I can't do this on my own, so I'm about to welcome Jason from Down with Jason. Also, we have a few other people who hopefully will be joining us depending on their schedules, but if not, it's Monday. And for a lot of you guys who don't know, Monday is the craziest day for us. So anybody who's on here on YouTube doing TLC, a 90-day, we have Potomac, Salt Lake City, 90-day fiance, and then tonight the family Chantel. It's one after another, so it really doesn't stop. But the good thing is we were talking to a person at a restaurant tonight, Jason and I, when we took a break, and she pointed out, at least your week goes like this. And I was like, yeah, you would think, but not really. But with that, guys, if you haven't already, go ahead, smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed because it's a subscribers-only live chat. And I say, let's bring Jason up and get this started. Hey.
Hey. Hi.
Hey, Paul said, come on, Adam. Okay. I'm coming.
We're here.
Adam. Yes, I'm here. All right. Guys, we have over 60 in the room to start off. And I wanted to start off with an Erika Girardi story because it just came out this week. And mind you, I will drop the link so you guys can call in and join the conversation. I'd like to hit two topics first. But Erika Girardi, well, her salary was just revealed. And this is it's an amazing salary, but it kind of like puts things in perspective for me. So Jason and I were around the Vanderpump Rules cast. In the Vanderpump Rules cast, including this woman right here, boom, Katie Maloney. This season, she is making $600,000 on season 9 of the Vanderpump Rules franchise. Now, Erika Girardi's salary was revealed this week, and she is also making $600,000, which actually blows my mind. Now, mind you, Katie Maloney has been a part of the franchise a lot longer than, Erika has been a part of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, but still, you would think that the housewives would make a lot more money, and that is not the case. Tom Schwartz, Katie Maloney, Tom Sandoval, Sheena Marie, they are all making the same thing as Erika Girardi at this point. Jason, does that throw you off?
It throws me off. I know they had a contract where, I think you know it better, but it goes by season, and then every season they get like the lump sum added on.
Right.
And then I don't know if they're off a season. Like, remember Stassi was off a season? Didn't she come back and have to start in a different kind of arrangement?
Yes, she started a season tier below the rest of the people because she missed season 2.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's longevity for you. That's why I think I'm not really sure. I mean, every time I say it, people say, no, I don't think this is the last season. It's just getting good. I'm like, it hasn't been good for a minute. And I feel like, like I said, season of completion. And I think it's crazy because Erika, I mean, as much as we want to talk about her, right? She was the show this season, so she deserves $600,000. But who are the ones that, Bravo's holding out on not paying something like that to bring them on the show?
Well, and that's the thing, too, because we have to remember Leah McSweeney only made $60,000 for her first season, and a lot of people don't know this.
Okay, well, that's all she was worth.
Here's the Vanderpump Rules Vanderpump Rules firing. So, guys, we know that we lost Stassi Schroeder, Max Boyens, Brett Caprioni, Kristen Doty, Jax Taylor, Brittany Cartwright, and Dana Cathan. To be fair, Dana Cathan actually walked away from the show. She was not fired. But Max Boyens and Brett Caprioni, Jason, if you had to guess what their salary was for their first year, go ahead.
Max and Brett?
I know exactly what it was, yes.
I think I thought I knew what it was because I remember having this discussion.
Just take a guess.
I think it was like $3,000.
$3,000, guys. $3,000 for their first season because a lot of people don't really get this, but on Vanderpump Rules, the pay structure, this is how it works. When they go into their first season, it's kind of a tester season. So even if you get picked up as a full-time cast member, you do the intros, you film all season, whatever the case is, you still get paid as an entry-level position because they want to see how the fans react to you. Now, $3,000 for 3 months of filming, to me, I would think that would be absolute garbage. But the incentive is to work your ASS off and make sure that you have longevity and they give you a... At the end of the day, though, I would never, Jason and I talked about this when we tested for the show. Never, ever, ever would I ever film for $3,000 for 3 months. Get the hell out of here. Would never.
No, I mean, the plot, listen, I mean, maybe for some people that would be cool. For someone who hasn't done like reality TV, and I'm not trying to like, toot my own horn here, but I've performed for a very long time. I performed for almost 15 years, and 13 of those were in Cirque du Soleil. I don't really need the validation of being in front of a camera, but some people will do TV or reality for like anything just to get on there. I mean, some people don't get paid anything to do it, you know?
Well, no, and to be fair, you're not wrong, but like The Bachelor, Bachelorette, like you're right. The contestants don't really get a whole lot of money. But at the end of the day, the only thing that I could, attribute this to is, okay, they see what is beyond the first season. So they're hopeful they stick around, and they hope that this platform will give them enough fandom in order to launch their own separate companies and really kind of make their way out into the world so they can get out of these bartender waitress positions. Because
yes, launch your companies and let Bravo take a percentage.
Well, exactly. And that's exactly what happens if you launch your company within the Bravo umbrella. Because if you have a company before, they don't really tap into your business. But that's one of the reasons that Shannon Bedore, and we're going to talk about her tonight too, that's one of the reasons they keep her around as a housewife, because her frozen healthy dishes, well, they make money. And with that money, Bravo gets a percentage. So while they might be paying her $300,000 to $600,000, guess what? They're getting half of that back. That's crazy. And also, I think we forget Tom, Stassi, Jax, the other Tom and Katie, Kristen. They're all buying $1 million homes. Sheena, they're all buying $1 million homes. So the longevity in it, if you can stick around and really make your mark into the franchise, well, there's something to be said about that. They still have $1 million homes. Some of them. The other ones, Jackson, Kristen, they might be on the outs with their homes. For sure. But they still, as of right now, have them.
It's just a mess. Well, at least Kristen Doty decided to sell and made a profit. And I don't know where she's going, but,
Well, and her boyfriend and her just broke up. So... Okay. Crazy Kristen, where are you headed? We don't know. But I want to get back to Erika Girardi for a second. I'm going to go ahead and drop the link right now for you guys to call in. Hold on real quick. Call and All right. So the link is now officially dropped. Go ahead and call in if you guys would like to join the conversation. But I want to get back to Erika for just a second, because not only has Erika's salary been revealed that she is now making $600,000 a season, but we found out Jay Edelson, the man who's behind kind of starting this whole Girardi lawsuit scandal, these cases, suing the Girardis in the first place, this is the guy. And in doing so, he wants to help the victims. He wants to make sure he gets as much money back as possible. Some would say Ronald Richards would be doing the same thing. But for this guy, he has now decided to subpoena the footage from Evolution Media and also Bravo in order to see, is there any unedited footage of this woman right here? Because if there is, if we can find her in her closet, talking about any legal terms, talking about her relationship with Tom Girardi, maybe we can incriminate her. This doesn't stop.
And it's not going to for a long time. She even said it herself, and it's just to be expected. I mean, this is a huge case, and this is not going to go anywhere overnight. I think Emily D. Baker said it's not going to go away for a while, like years. Which
is actually crazy, because listen, everyone profits off of these cases, as unfortunate as it is. Like, everyone covering it, people are so interested. We've been covering it since day one, obviously. But this is a huge scandal. And I think instead of looking at everyone like content creators, like, oh, okay, you're chasing the money, you're trying to cover this because it's the money. Well, yes, it's a business. Same thing with Ronald Richards. You're in it for the money. He's still a part of a business. But at the end of the day, I think it's about getting as much awareness out there as possible for the victims. That way we keep talking about this scandal, and we can get back as much money as possible from the Girardis in order to pay back these people so they can pay their medical bills, Joseph Rui Gomez has 90% of his body that has suffered from burns. Lost his
the important thing too is to see if it's possible to get money for the victims. It's also, the reason it's going to last so long, or the reason it should last a long time, is so it doesn't happen again. And that's kind of also, it kind of puts everything into perspective. You can't screw people over like that, but lawyers are known for that.
I agree with that. I agree. All right, guys, if you haven't already, go ahead and smash that like button. We're less than 10 minutes in with over 250 in the room. I'm going to bring up our first two callers, and then we're going to move on to the next two topics. I will continue to drop the link throughout this. Don't forget, if you're not subscribed, get subscribed, because it will not let you into the live chat, or click on the StreamYard link, obviously, to call in. Give us your unfiltered opinions, and let's start with Janelle and Judgy Justice. Hi.
Hey.
How are you?
Fabulous. How are y'all?
Oh my gosh,
Not
good.
bad.
It's Monday. I mean, Monday is a crazy day for us. It's not like, well, I guess Monday is a crazy day for everyone, right?
For everyone.
Yeah.
Monday has
Especially
been
people who work Monday through
My
Friday.
Monday wasn't that crazy. My Monday was Justice. You have to stay home today. You don't work.
Oh.
Oh, nice.
So I
Monday
stayed
was-
home anyway. I just didn't go to my desk.
We're all jealous. You know, how was your Monday?
My Monday was crazy, and with it being Mercury in retrograde, I'm like, I'm over it.
Oh,
It's killing me.
it's a
I
lot.
can't
It's
wait
killing
for it to
me.
be over.
It's a lot.
Oh, I want to try and stay positive because if I go into my crazy weekend, then you guys wouldn't believe me. But everybody's trying. The 6-month pregnant lady. And
Oh.
they don't know.
Okay. All right. Well, let's not stress out the 6-month pregnant lady. All right. Let's jump into these topics really quick. Again, guys, if you haven't already smashed that like button, I'm going to start with you, Janelle, because I want to know what are your thoughts when you find, or unless you already knew, that this woman from the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Erika Girardi, and this woman, Katie Maloney from Vanderpump Rules, are both making the exact same salary.
Okay. First off, I am not surprised that Erika Jayne is making $600,000. And yes, even though she has been with with Beverly Hills for a less amount of time, because Tony has been with Vanderpump Rules, they're two different shows. They're two different beasts. Because I think with Housewives, automatically they're going to pay more for new Housewives than they are for like a nothing show at the beginning, because that's what Vanderpump Rules was. Nobody knew what it was. Nobody was like, "Oh, okay, we're following a bunch of like waiters and waitresses around a West Hollywood restaurant. Like, what is this all about?" So it didn't get big until, in my opinion, it didn't really get big until the end of the first season when Jax finally revealed, "Oh yeah, I did fuck that girl in Vegas." So, and it was like, hold up, what? He actually told the truth.
Wait a minute. So I have to say something really quick. I get what you're saying, and that was the first season. But now when it comes to season 8, and mind you, the Vanderpump Rules franchise, at some point, they were having higher ratings than Real Housewives of Atlanta and Beverly Hills. But these two characters in the middle, these two cast members, Max and Brett, joined on season 8, and they were both making $3,000 for 3.5 months of filming.
See, now that's a problem.
Okay.
Because
Thank you.
That's a problem. I'm an actor and writer in New York, and let me tell you something. If I got a job where they're going to be following me around for 12 to 16 hours a day and for 3 months straight, oh, hell no. You better pay me more than $3,000. I mean, actors on Broadway in the ensemble in some shows get paid more than $3,000. Oh, like every other
week. Yeah.
Right, a week. Yeah, a week. So I know it's reality TV and it's different, and some of it is supposedly unscripted. We'll see. That has, that jury's still out on that one. But the fact of the matter is like Vanderpump Rules at this point is not a show that only 5 people watch. Like, it's a very popular show. I can understand in 2013. I put this in the chat. I can understand in 2013 if you decided to pay people $3,000 because they weren't anybody, and you could kind of take advantage of the fact that they were, ready to hustle and they were struggling at the same time. But now the show's established. No, you need to be paying them at least $5,000 for the first month.
Yes.
Not for the first season. Like,
I agree.
That's messed up.
I agree. And I want to ask Judgy Justice really quick too. I want to pan over because, this kind of pay, it almost makes it look like production, Bravo. It kind of gives you that greedy aspect, like they're trying to keep enough money to pay the executive producers and the kind of veteran cast members, so they pay a lot less to the newbies. But at the end of the day, this is one of the reasons we lost Dana Cathan on the show, because they weren't paying them enough to sustain their lifestyle. So at what point do you look at them and realize, okay, they're doing a job, instead of looking at them and thinking, you should be so lucky that we're even letting the cameras be on you? And that's what it seems like, is you should be so lucky, Janelle, because we are filming you and paying you $3,000 to be on a reality show that might or might not boost your career, but also might or might not make you look like a clown. So, Justice, what do you think about that?
I think that's just the chance that you take as well, because it's also when you take a new job, you're not sure if this new job is going to work out or not either. And you're not sure how, an executive's decision on your performance could result in you getting more jobs or not. So I think it's the same aspect as that. I do agree that $3,000 is not enough to sustain, especially being in West Hollywood. I think they should have given like at least a living wage. I know minimum wage ain't ish, but living wage would have been decent of them, especially them being under the NBC, Universal, Comcast, all of that, umbrella. They should have gave them at least a livable wage to at least be comfortable while they're filming, so at least they don't look like.
I mean, EDD is more than this. Unemployment is more. Workers' comp is more. This is really a joke.
And I think also people forget, Stassi said this in the 100th episode special, that they spent a lot, or she said this, I remember it was a conversation with Christina Kelly, that she spent her entire paycheck just on clothes alone because she did not want to look like crap on camera. So like, we're not even taking account of like clothing, makeup, hair. They still want to look good.
I mean, I honestly would want to do that as well. I would spend money.
Well, Jason and I, even when we tested for the show, we were getting eye repair cream, we were getting moisturizer, we were making sure we had new clothes when we went on camera.
No, you were, because I already have that stuff.
Okay. Well, the point is, we were all trying to do the shit. Okay. So I get where Stassi's coming from because she's legit. She knows I'm on the show. I'm in this. This is it was for the longest time. And I'm not trying to get any flack anybody, but until all of the ridiculous, ignorant shit came out, this was kind of Stassi's show. She was narrating it. She was the main villain. People wanted to hear her sarcastic kind of comebacks. It was her show until everyone started to hate her, rightfully so. Shit came out, but
Right. I think also on top of that, I think Lala started to become the villain like around season 6 or 7.
Right.
Like Stassi was definitely the villain for her first few years, but then Lala took that cape and she ran with it. Okay. Like, I mean, and she still is. Like, I mean, like I was watching it. I'm not the biggest fan. I wasn't the biggest fan of last season, and I'm not the biggest fan of this season. I find it kind of boring because now that they're all successful, I'm like, why should I watch?
Right.
They all have nice houses. I kind of enjoyed watching like Sandoval's like shitty apartment where he on the AC and the microwave at the same time.
No, I don't disagree with you. Sorry, Justice, go ahead.
Yeah, I agree with that. Like, I think that was the charm about this show, was that these people were trying to make it, even though they necessarily didn't make it out of the reality TV realm in a sense, but they like made it to a certain threshold. And I think that's something that I'm starting to see as a trend throughout like these Bravo shows, is that these people hit a certain accolade and then they start to crumble instead of really pushing forward, especially for those that did not have this a fan base beforehand. Okay. Before we go ahead and go on to the next topics, and then we're gonna drop you guys down and bring you guys back up. Naomi said, "What's Erika's salary, y'all? It is $600,000 per season, which, like I just said, is the same as this woman's right here from Vanderpump Rules." Okay, so
I think also they have, and I think also not including like Kyle's salary, because I think she's getting paid like $1 million plus at this point per season. There is more money to be dispersed because they're a smaller cast. And I think that also adds to it as well. When there's a bigger cast, that means you have to hire more crew members to follow them around. So like the money gets spread out more versus when you have like, I mean, I think Beverly Hills has the largest cast right now with what they have 8 or 9 people or something like that. So
yeah, they have a big cast.
And so so before then, like they didn't have as many housewives. So therefore they could pay Erika $600,000 and like keep it moving. Whereas with Vanderpump Rules, I mean, Katie before was only making $15,000 per episode. So now that Stassi and Kristen are gone and Jax are gone, she got the raise.
Yeah, but that's still $300,000 an episode. And the funny thing is, it's so expensive to be Erika Girardi, but then also these two are making the exact same amount of money, and they're showing up in these blue sweaters. Just to be fair. All right.
But they're not spending $40,000 on hair and makeup on glam, okay?
Okay.
Yeah,
All
we're
right.
not
So,
speaking 40K a month.
You know,
right.
what I do have to say too, just really quick, is like Max Boyens, for example. He had a lot. It was really hard for him to film and do his job because remember he was the GM of TomTom and he was an actual GM of TomTom, so he was required to be at TomTom all this. Okay, I mean, yes, we all had to cover for him many times, but he still had a job to perform. He was still making a salary, and he was still held accountable by Ken and Lisa. So, I mean, that was probably a little harder, but he knew going in how much he was going to make, and he knew too like what his responsibilities would be on the show and that he would have to maintain his responsibilities at the restaurant. I was just giving you.
To be fair though, just to piggyback off of what Jason's saying, they all had to do that at the beginning.
Right. But yeah.
They all had to do that in the beginning. They all had to show up for filming. And it got to a point where I remember season 1, season 2, when Sheena was filming, and she could not actually do her job, physically do her job, because every person walking into the restaurant who saw her wanted a photo. As ridiculous as that sounds, it brought a huge fandom into the restaurant, and they just wanted to see if the actual cast members would be there. And when they would see them, they would just bombard them asking for
that
photos.
is the genius. That is the genius of Lisa Vanderpump. Let me show up at my restaurant 5 days a week for a little bit. Hope people come in to see her. Let me create some celebrity and some fandom around my restaurant, so people will come into the restaurants to see these people, and it's a great effect. It's genius.
I agree.
I fell for it when I went out to LA. I forced my friends to go to SUR. They did not want to go, but I said no because I need to see the cast of Vanderpump Rules. Okay, so I dragged my friends there, and they took pictures of me staring at Sandoval because he had that horrible haircut with the blonde streak.
Oh no, I was probably there. Janelle, we were probably there at the same time.
Oh my God. And let me tell you something. I know you hear on TV about these goat cheese balls, and you're like, are they really that good? Let me tell you, they are crack cocaine. They are very good. Okay.
Yeah. Yes, they are.
I tried to replicate it at home. I came a little close, but I couldn't. They are that good. All right. And Peter served me my drinks, and I stared at him like he was a god.
Oh my gosh. Okay, that's where you lost me, Janelle. So we'll be seeing Janelle later. Bye, Janelle. She's out of here. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
How dare you?
I'm just kidding. All right, Janelle, Judgy Justice.
Man, Adam, you're getting cold. You're watching too much Salt Lake City. You're getting cold.
No. Jen Shaw hasn't impacted me yet, but give me 2 more episodes and she for sure will. I just won't be indicted on some fraud shit. Okay. All right. So we're going to go ahead and move on to the next couple topics, and I will bring you guys back up along with Pouring with Jordan and Bernice. Stick around.
All right. Thank you.
All right.
Bye. Jason, I love hot, messy topics.
I love it too.
Yeah.
It's fun.
It's a lot.
I feel like
we're
just like on the phone with our friends. It's weird.
Yeah. Except Jordan's always giving me like the side eye down there in the waiting room and whatnot. Just looking at me like kind of like, where are you? Are you looking at me? Let me see. Yeah. Green bandana. Mouthpiece. Jordan's covering. Okay. We're covering eyes. All right. Getting back to it, just kidding with you guys. Loving Janelle and Justice. Hey guys, don't forget to smash that like button. Hey, the real Andy of Beverly Hills. Andy's in here?
Yeah.
All right. Oh, hey. Hey, Andy. By the way, guys, if you don't follow Andy, go check Andy out because Andy goes around and does a lot of Bravo Hot Topics. And also, one moment I won't forget about Andy was Andy made it to the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City premiere, season 1, the drive-in in Los Angeles. Do you remember, Jason? We moved 2 days after it.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes. Or 2 days before it. It was 2 days before it, and I was so upset.
Was it?
Yes, it was something like that. It was very, very like quick right before it, and we were packing our place in Los Angeles, and I was like, "Damn it, Andy!" Okay, so just show my other side. All right, we're gonna keep it moving, and then I also want to ask Jordan what Jordan thinks about this whole subpoena of the Bravo footage. But before we do, I want to go on to this next topic because we just got information that this is now coming to Peacock. Well, we knew it was coming to Peacock. We just didn't know how soon, but it's coming sooner than we know as the trailer has dropped today. Now, The Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip will only be on Peacock. It's the new NBC streaming service, and it's not that new, but it's new enough, where we have Teresa Giudice, Ramona Singer, Cynthia Bailey, no longer a Real Housewives of Atlanta housewife, Kyle Richards. Actually, all of these women look amazing. Luann de Lesseps, Kenya Moore, and Melissa Gorga. Jason, You can't take that away from them.
I didn't even say anything.
No. I'm saying they look incredible.
Oh, yes. No, absolutely.
They look incredible. And we know that some of the main altercations in this group would be, well, these two, Kenya Moore and Ramona Singer. When Ramona Singer tells Kenya Moore to F off, probably not the right person to say that to. Teresa Giudice will be going back and forth with her family member, Melissa Gorga, which I don't understand. I feel like we've done this so many times. And then also Kyle Richards' husband, Maurizio, will be showing up because, well, the house that they're staying in is listed by the agency. So
of course. There's a show there on its way as well.
Right, in the UK. So a lot of people don't know this, but PK and Maurizio are currently working on a show that will be premiering, I don't want to say soon, but probably in 2022, where it'll almost be like following the agency, almost like $1 Million Listing, but in the UK. That's why we always put them together. What?
Isn't it a Peacock show?
Yeah, it's going to be another Peacock show. They're really pushing Peacock. But
I mean, there's so many streaming things to pay for nowadays. I don't know if...
Look who's in the middle, though.
Now, of course she's in the middle. Especially if her husband has a show coming on.
I mean, come on. Okay.
And who's going to drive the ship? She is. What she's going to do is she's going to change lanes 15 times to all the different housewives and be their friend at every day. What is this, 8 days they filmed?
Okay, you're shady as hell. Yes, it's 8 days.
You know what, though? This is kind of what I think a lot of people have wanted to see for a long time. They want to take like the best of every franchise, put them together in a house and do a season. People have been talking about crossovers and everything for years. The trailer, though, it didn't really get me.
No, and it didn't get me either. And I was talking about this with DJ Richie Sky when we were recapping Salt Lake City today. And DJ Richie even said the same thing. You know, when we get the girls trips on the Housewives, usually we get about 2 to 4 episodes, right? So it's kind of quick, but it's still enough content to get a girls trip out of it. But I feel like they condense it because they still have the whole rest of the season to go off of. But now we have to look at this different because Production A and Production B would actually get to sleep when they're filming the Housewives. Pan over to Ultimate Girls Trip. It's filmed Big Brother style, 24 hours a day. There are always cameras on them, and it does not stop. Kyle Richards said in a recent interview that this was the most exhausting Housewives anything that she's ever been a part of.
And it only took 8 days. All right, so we're about to bring up Jordan, but before we do, I just want to talk about one more thing. Guys, again, if you haven't already, go ahead and smash that like button. Don't forget it's a subscribers-only live chat. I want to talk about this really quick. Obviously, we already mentioned it, but Nicki Minaj showed up to the Real Housewives of Potomac reunion, and now we're finding out that everyone is congratulating her except for this woman right here. Sorry, Candace. Candace is not congratulating Nicki Minaj anytime soon because Nicki Minaj showed up to ask 3 questions. She showed up at 9:15 p.m. while filming, showed up at the latter end of filming, and decided to come in and ask the most popular 3 fan favorite questions. Now, when she did, they were apparently all geared towards Candace. She was applauding everyone else and shutting her out. Are you surprised? No.
Okay. Well, I don't want to just take your opinion because I feel like sometimes, you know, you're more Team Nicki than you are Team Candace, and I can't talk that around here.
I'm team nobody.
I need a balance. You are, and it's okay to admit it. You're Team somebody.
Well, if you bring up Jordan, I'm pretty sure he's Team Jason, so go ahead and do that.
Hi, Jordan. How are you?
I am well. How are you guys?
Oh my gosh. Good. Happy Monday. Before we talk about Jordan really quick, I want to bring this up. Bethany, thank you for the super chat. Hey, Jason, I saw you needed mods. Could I please be a mod? I'm always on your lives, but in the bushes, but can totally be more active. Love you guys.
Yay.
All right.
Awesome. I need some.
Okay. Jordan also launched a channel this past week and has received over 100 subs in the first day. So congratulations, Jordan. That's amazing. That is amazing. Let me tell you, when I first started my channel, it took me 2 months to hit my first 1,000 subs. And sometimes it takes a lot less and sometimes it takes a lot longer. People don't realize how much goes into this whole content creation and building a community on YouTube. So just stick with it and you will kill it.
Well, I'm sure you have all the idea, but the people watching have no idea. Let me just say that I have a video that I'm putting up after I'm done here, but I I have had to go through the 7 layers of Dante's Inferno to get this video done. I'm just, we'll just leave it. We aren't here for that. We can talk about that later.
Okay.
But
It's a lot. You agree?
yes,
Okay.
100%.
All right. Well, Jordan, that doesn't mean stop, because sometimes when it's a lot, it's worth the wait and it's worth the work and the struggle. So just keep working, because you just started and I know you're going to be amazing. But I do want to talk to you about this new Peacock special, because Jason's opinion, I mean, sometimes I'm like, I don't know. But this Peacock special, what are you feeling? Are we watching it? Or are we not watching it?
I'm going to watch it just to give the satisfaction of saying that I watched it. Like, I don't like to form an opinion without actually viewing it. I will say though, I'm not as excited as I hoped I would be.
I mean,
It just feels like I wish they would have put a group of crossover housewives together that like actually hung out with each other, like that actually like really knew each other. Like it feels like these women like really don't know each other. Like they've seen each other at like BravoCon and they've seen each other here or there when they're doing press, but they're not really friends. Like they're not really Real Housewife friends.
Right.
And it just seems it's okay.
No, and that's one of the things that I want to say too. Like, we just saw this with Salt Lake City. We're putting a bunch of house husbands together, trying to kind of emulate what we see on New Jersey. But the New Jersey house husbands, they have experience, they have memories, they've been around each other for long before filming. And then the Salt Lake City men so clearly don't know each other. And it's a change in dynamic, because when you know someone and you've known them for years, listen. Some of my friends, they'll rip me apart like a Lego house, build me back up just to rip me apart again in one night. And then at the end, we're like, love you. So it's like, that's the dynamic you get. Whereas if I don't know you, I'm probably going to tiptoe around you because I don't know what buttons I can push and I don't want to get slapped. But then when I realize, oh, you're not going to slap me, I'll probably rip you apart. But before that, I'm cautious.
And this special is the prime example of that, because like you all keep saying, they brought the alleged best of the best housewives together and put them all in a show. So all of these are type A, dominant, big, huge personalities with short fuses. So all of them are going to be walking on eggshells and landmines around each other. And I'm sure some of it is going to be good, especially because it's Big Brother style. So I'm sure that a lot of them ain't going to be sleeping very well. It's going to be a lot of late night arguments with masks and beauty cream on. I cannot wait for all of the bonnet cursing conversation. It's going to be lovely.
Who do you
but
think?
I don't know if it's going to be like the smash that Bravo is expecting.
Just really quick, just from the trailer, the only thing that really interested me the most was the tension between Ramona and Kenya.
I was going to ask that, Jordan. Who do you think? I mean, honestly, Ramona is the type of woman who will not back down. She'll say whatever she wants, and then she'll apologize and start fake crying. But then really, once you cross her, you're done. You're getting crazy eyes. And then Kenya is like, oh, if you're going to give me the beef, let's play. Because now I have a storyline. I'm going to, again, rip you apart to build you back up. I don't know who is more of a match for who, because they're both relentless here.
See, here's the thing, though. It's gonna be interesting seeing these women go up against each other, but a part of me is not going to invest in it because these women don't know each other, and they're gonna be arguing about petty BS, like who took the last coconut drink, what
room do I get?
What room do I get? Who needs Santan? Who needs SPF and who doesn't? It's just gonna be like stupid conversations that Ramona is gonna say something ignorant. Kenya is gonna use it as a match to start some sort of dumb race conversation, and it's just gonna go off.
Okay, wait. I want to add another person to this conversation because I'm curious. I get where you're coming from, but I want to know if Kempire agrees with this. Okay, Kempire. Kempire, this is shady as hell, and you're gonna get Chris in my ass.
You're gonna get some tweets.
Yeah, Chris is gonna get some tweets. Thank you, Kempire.
I'm not gonna respond.
No, Chris isn't going to tweet you and rip you apart. It's on my channel. Chris is going to tweet me and rip me apart.
Oh.
Chris is going to be like,
You're not going to respond either.
You fraudulent F. I hate you. And I'm going to be like, oh, shit. Here we go.
I talked about you earlier. Oh, here we go.
Oh, God.
Well, my Instagram is down right now, so it's all smoke on Twitter. So if he comes for you, send him my way. We can talk about that
I'll
later.
just tag you in the chat, and then I'll just be like, notifications off. Jordan's got this. Watch.
Y'all know where to find me.
Okay, Kempire, I'm curious really quick. Did you see the Peacock special? Did you see the trailer?
I did not see the trailer.
Okay.
But based on what I've heard about what's going to happen in this series, I think it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to watch. But what we like about the Housewives franchise is that at the beginning of it, a lot of the women really did know each other, and we don't get that element here. But I'm still interested to see the dynamics together.
Right, because at the end of the day, they know of each other. So it's something. It's a little bit of something, but knowing of someone, like, I know of you, Kempire, but if I showed up in the Netherlands and if I showed up and I knocked on your Airbnb and I was like, hey, Kempire, you'd be like, I don't know you. Get out of here. You're not sleeping under the same roof.
Security.
I think you could probably show up at his door before I could. I think he'd probably call the border if I showed up at the door.
The border?
Like, he would be calling the embassy or somebody. Are you still over there?
Still over? Yes, I am.
You still locked up abroad?
Yeah, Kempire is still abroad.
How's filming?
How's filming?
How's filming? I love that.
I just thought I'd try it.
Kempire is still on 90 Day Fiance trying to find that one. Go on,
If
Darcy.
I really was on 90 Day Fiance, you guys would have ruined my opportunity. They would have been like, "Let's let you go."
That's okay. Discovery probably would have paid you $3,000 for a season. So.
Oh, is that how much they pay?
No, I'm just saying that's the theme around here. Everybody's getting paid $3,000 for their first season. So, all right, Kempire.
Look.
Who is more of a match for who? Jason had to go shut the dogs up. I just heard them barking. Who's more of a Jason? You're still on mute. Who's more of a match for who? Kempire, Ramona, or Kenya? Who would be the one who would come out on top in this situation?
Here's the thing: Ramona is a mess, and she didn't have a Kenya in New York besides Bethany. And we saw the interaction between Bethany and Ramona during their heyday, but also. When Ramona came for Bethany on that Brooklyn Bridge, Bethany wasn't the woman she is today. So I don't think that she could come for a Bethany. Here's the thing with Kenya. Kenya is just so poised in the way that she reads someone. Ramona's not ready for that. Ramona's not ready for that. She's not ready for a Kenya. I'm actually interested to see this sort of play out on the show, but she's not ready for a Kenya.
I agree with her not being ready. I don't know if I agree with her being poised, but I do agree with her not being ready.
Okay.
I like that. She's poised. We have to remember she comes from a world of pageantry, so she is definitely someone knows how to conduct herself, depending on her environment.
Her bringing the cookie lady to a woman's environment, to a woman's face, is not poised. I'm sorry. No, I'm joking. But
no, it's not. It's not. But she understands the environment that she's in. She would never do that in another environment. But she knows for reality TV, we're still talking about the cookie lady because of her.
If I were on
still has those butt pads from season 5.
Listen, if I were on Kenya season, if I got to film with Kenya, I'd be showing up with Mark Daly's other family, and I'd be like, boom. Take that, cookie lady.
All I can think about is Nene yelling in Phaedra's face, "You're stupid! You never can win when you play dirty! I can't believe you tried to film with my sister!"
I mean, they always win when they play dirty, unfortunately. But that's the whole premise of the show. So, just to be fair,
only when Carlos King was in production.
I do want to ask you both another question, and you too, Jason. So obviously we found out that, of course, this is old news, but Nicki Minaj showed up to the Potomac reunion. But we found out recently that with Nicki Minaj showing up, she had one target in mind. Now, while she applauded Candace Diller-Bassett for her song Drive Back and said, it's all right, she also came with 3 very important questions. And they obviously didn't rub Candace the wrong way because every single member of the cast applauded Nicki Minaj's arrival Oh my gosh.
Hold on, girl. I got you. Hold on. wait.
Applauded Nicki Minaj's arrival, except Candace Dillard Bassett. What the hell do you think Nicki Minaj said?
Was
Jordan,
there some like
first thing that
pre
comes to mind.
something that happened?
Wait, hold on. What'd you say?
Was there like some pre-beef that happened or something? Did Nicki say something on Twitter that Candace?
No, she feels like Candace runs her mouth too much on the show, and she feels like she is always acting out on the show. So Nicki Minaj is like, okay, well, I have something to say. And we talked about this, Jason, on your channel today. Nicki Minaj is not going to show up and not show out, because why else would she show up? But Jordan, I have a timer right here. I'm going to give you 15 seconds.
15?
Yes, 15 seconds. The first question that comes to mind that Nicki Minaj, or the first thing that comes to mind that Nicki Minaj would say to Candace. 15 seconds, go.
Are you ready to admit that you provoked Monique to whoop your ass?
Oh my gosh, that was 5.25 seconds, and that was dirty as hell.
Hey,
That
I've been waiting all day for this.
was okay, Jordan. We'll get back to you in a second. Kempire, your 15 seconds start.
You know I don't work with 15 seconds. I have to be at least 20.
Well, give him the rest of my 15 then.
Now you've wasted
Oh, there
10.
you go. Yeah, that's.
Wait, no, you have to start over.
Okay, start over.
For my 15 seconds.
Tell me when you're ready.
I'm ready.
Go.
Is Chris getting paid as your manager, your husbander?
Okay. All right. That was 8 seconds. Jordan did 5 seconds. Jason, are you ready for this?
How much booty is she paying him? I just need to know.
I mean, she's not paying him. You know what she's paying him? She's paying him by saying
I think
mom's got. She's paying him by saying mom's got the mortgage, family money. Go ahead, Jason. Ready? 3, 2, 1. What did Nicki say to Candace? What was the first thing she brought up? Go.
Is Chris's really that big?
Okay.
Is it really brown? Is what I need to know.
Okay.
Is it really brown? Like,
Jason,
what
where's
is
your head at, you weirdo? This is
I just saw that preview. I just saw the preview for next week. You know,
this is my Twitter arch nemesis.
Oh, good Lord!
I
Find
mean,
a new
it's
one.
not by my call. Honestly, I'm over here trying to praise Chris. I'm like, Chris, you got your wife. It was so crazy. You calmed her down.
I mean, he has so many jobs, though. He's probably her chef. He's probably, her music manager or professional manager. He's probably her therapist. He's obviously holds her down during a fight now. So
Listen,
I don't know what his job title requires anymore.
And to be fair, we know he's not getting paid as a manager. So I'm waiting for him to bill me for being like, oh, thank you, Adam, for making me relevant on Twitter.
Can I give him the benefit of the doubt? It does seem sort of. Listen. I just think that it is kind of funny that this season all the girls are scurrying and scammering about what is he doing? He quit his job to manage you, allegedly, and all of this stuff. Is he getting paid? And their internal argument within their home is Chris not being around because his ass got to work. I love that. I love the irony of that storyline. Like, it's like y'all out here talking trash because y'all think I quit my job, and little do you know I'm arguing with my girl at home because I work too much for her. But she ain't got the budget to make me quit my job. Sorry, baby, I love you though.
Who were you looking at just now?
Nobody.
Just the snacks? The snacks?
Listen,
Yes.
I'm trying to learn from Kempire, so I'm gonna just go on and mind my little business.
Oh. Kempire's over here looking up to the side too.
See who he looking at? See? That's the social media manager right over there.
Okay, so before we go into the next couple topics, we do have a couple more. What are your thoughts, really quick? Were you expecting, and I'll start with you, Jason, and then I'll go to Jordan and Kempire. Were you expecting Nicki to come in on anyone else besides Candace, or did you just know that this was inevitable?
I didn't know she would just come for Candace. I mean, she has mentioned it a few times, I guess, right? Yeah, I don't know. If she was only asking 3 questions, why was she there? Why did they bring her?
For star power, publicity.
This is why it's going to be a 3-4-part reunion.
No,
the ratings
better
have
not.
been fine. Like, why did they really didn't need her for that.
Okay.
They didn't.
All right,
They did it
Jordan.
because I'm
Oh,
sorry.
sorry.
I'm interrupting. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Same.
Go ahead, Kempire. Go ahead.
No, I think the main reason why they brought her on, not just for ratings, but also because she publicly made it a thing that she wanted to be on it. And if they didn't allow her to do it, I think Bravo, like a lot of people are scared of the Barbs.
Okay. Jordan?
I mean, if she would have came at anybody else, I would have expected her to probably come at Ashley. I would have probably maybe gave Giselle a little piece, but that would have been too many questions. But if anybody else, I would have expected Ashley to get a little something.
We know she's not coming for Robin. So.
Well,
Yeah, nobody's coming for Robin.
I was about to
Goddamn
say
Robin.
Child One ain't even coming for Robin, but
Oh no!
that ain't.
I'm so glad Wanda is not here right now.
Like, I hate to be shady about it, but you remember that scene where she was just sitting there talking to her child because Juan was nowhere to be found. She ain't have nothing else to do. She was sitting here asking her child about her personal business. Like, girl, that child is like 10 years old. He don't need to be knowing about what's going on with you and your moissanite ring.
Okay. All right. Jordan.
But I don't want her to lead the show, though. I will say that. I do like Robin.
How dare
right.
you?
I do like Robin.
You don't.
She's
want
the
her to
only
lead
one
it?
that seems semi-normal. Like all the
Candace
rest
seems
of these
normal.
girls are like elevated, like reality TV personalities. It almost seems like Robin don't realize she on TV half of the time.
Yeah, well, Robin doesn't realize she's on TV because Robin probably doesn't need to be on TV. But all right, Jordan's giving Candace over here a tissue, which is also Kempire. So Kempyandis. Okay, here we go, Kempyandis. All right, we're gonna go ahead and drop down Kempire and Candace. Oh my gosh.
Oh damn.
Kempire and Jordan, and we will be right back with two more topics, and also to have everybody or more people chime in. We have Bernice, we have Doll Baby, we have Mocha Rain, Janelle's over there, just hands on the head. Judgy Justice is over there still in Avatar, 6 months pregnant. We're back to talk. Hold on 1 second. Kempire, what are those eyes? Why are you giving me Ramona eyes?
Oh my God.
We'll be right back. All right, guys, 613 in the room. If you haven't already, go ahead, smash that like button. We're going to talk about a couple more things really quick because I'm pissed off. Jason, do you know why I'm pissed off?
It could be one of many things. So no.
You don't know what pisses me off?
Yeah, usually when like you wake up in the morning, you're pissed off. So I don't know.
Oh my gosh. You're ridiculous. You're ridiculous. Okay. I'm pissed off because the Real Housewives of Orange County has now taken the place of the Real Housewives of New York. Now, we've already talked about this, but it's annoying because we know that Orange County is probably going to premiere on December 1st, and they have not even resumed. Well, they haven't even stopped filming yet, whereas New Jersey stopped 3 months back. Now,
wait, who's taking the place of New York?
Orange County is taking the place of New Jersey. So Heather
Okay,
Dubrow.
you said New York. Okay,
Oh,
cool.
I didn't mean to. New Jersey. Heather Dubrow and her gang, they're replacing Teresa Giudice in their gang. And they will be premiering December 1st. And the problem here is Orange County hasn't even stopped filming yet, but New Jersey stopped filming back in June, July. So by the time we finally get their stories in 2022, they're going to be stale, old, we won't care, which that's a problem in itself because why? Why are we doing this? Now, the only reason that people can come up with as to why the fact that Real Housewives of Orange County would be coming first before New Jersey is because they're trying to ride off the coattails of Potomac and Beverly Hills having some of the highest rated seasons ever, trying to promote and save their flagship franchise. Do you think that could be a thing?
There could be a number of reasons. There could be something that I don't know. I just feel like there could be other reasons for that.
Okay, what do you have any other reasons, or do you just feel like you don't know?
I don't know.
That's it? You don't know?
That's it. No, I don't know why. I would prefer it not in that time slot, but besides
I'm done
that,
with
no.
you. I'm done with you.
Okay, bye.
No. Hey. Okay. Go ahead. I'm across the hall.
I mean, I'm still skeptical about OC, and I think what they need to do is they're trying to bring it back faster, like you said, to ride the coattails off of Beverly Hills and Potomac. I mean, their ratings are fantastic because, like you said, it's to save the franchise, but also to remind people that it could maybe still be good because the past 2 seasons have just been awful. Like I won't even watch it anymore. So maybe we need that to come back first because Jersey's going to be, a home run anyway.
Right. Okay. I could see that. And, Barbara Trinka said, Shannon, I can't. Well, Shannon has caught herself in a few different court lawsuits as of recently. First one was this. Shannon was being sued by Alexis Bellino's ex-husband, Jim Bellino, because she went on a podcast with Heather McDonald, with also Tamra Judge, and he felt like they were defaming his character. Now, he lost the lawsuit and had to pay back $136,000 in attorney's fees. But then after that, she decided to sue her divorce attorney against David Beador. She feels like her divorce attorney got her a sham settlement, and now she's suing him because of this settlement, which honestly, at the end of a settlement, we all know you agree to sign the settlement. So I don't even know why the hell you can sue him for that. But it doesn't stop there. She also decided to go after David Beador because he was trying to stop her from filming The Real Housewives of Orange County as a full-time housewife because he didn't want their daughters filming. Now, the producers wrote a letter to the court saying, if she cannot film with her daughters, she will be demoted, her salary will be cut, and she will not be a full-time housewife. The judge was about to rule in her favor, but David Beador stepped down saying, okay, fine, I will let you film with our daughters only under two conditions. One, you don't mention my wife or our new family, and two, you pay my attorney's fees. She decided to do both, but it doesn't stop there. Now Shannon Beador is in another lawsuit, which just ended before it even made it to court. And we want to know why it ended, but she was suing Facebook. And she decided to go up against Facebook because there was a diet pill company that Facebook and Instagram were promoting. And we know that Facebook and Instagram are under the same umbrella. And they were promoting this diet pill company with Shannon's face all over it. And Shannon was like, hold on, no, Mark Zuckerberg, you owe me some money. All of a sudden, while we heard all of this publicity going into this lawsuit, Shannon Beador backed out in the lawsuit against Facebook and Mark Zuckerberg. Now, we don't know why. Did they settle
Easy
with her?
Settlement. Easy. Throw her some cash. Facebook is so big. They have so much money. They're under a lot of scrutiny right now. They don't want any other flack thrown their way. Just throw her some money, call it a day. That's my assumption.
You don't think that she got intimidated by how, listen, they have it would be the Hunger Games. There
could be intimidation. Here, take this money or, good luck because it's not going to be easy. That could be part of it. I just think, they don't have time for that and whatever. But also getting back to the whole David Beador case as well. Did the daughters have any say? I think they're old enough to.
No,
to
just
actually...
one. One is old enough. One is 18 and the other two are underage. I bet.
Yeah, but at a certain age, a teenager, I think they can decide with one parent's.
No, he can still challenge it. He can still challenge it and hold it up in litigation while they're filming because production is not going to wait for Shannon Beador. So it'll be tied up in litigation and then they won't be able to film. She won't be able to film with their daughters until it's settled, or else he can sue the hell out of her and then also cost her parental rights, even though that they're 17 now at this point. So within a year, it's free game anyways. But no, he could have definitely turned her life upside down had she have just went ahead and done whatever she wanted.
I forgot Shannon Beador was still on the show. I forget anything about Housewives of Orange County because it was just so bad for so long. I'm really curious. I think the ratings are going to be really good when it first comes out the gates. So I'm hoping there's enough change and enough going on to hold the show this season.
I hope so too. All right, I'm going to go ahead and bring up a few other callers because Jordan thinks absolutely not. Before we go ahead and bring back up some of our other callers, let's bring up real quick Mocha Rain and Doll Baby. Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. How are you guys?
Good. Doll Baby, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. All right, guys, if you haven't already, go ahead, smash that like button, show some love. I'm going to start with Mocha Rain real quick. What do you think about Shannon Beador's multiple lawsuits, and why do you think that this Facebook one ended up disappearing? Do you think she got a settlement, or do you think they intimidated her with their legal team?
Probably intimidation of the legal team. I mean, Shannon's not really that interesting.
No.
Her daughters are more interesting. I think, like Jason said, they seem old enough to make their own statements about if they want to join in on the conversation. But I do agree that she shouldn't talk about David's new life Just move on. Like, it was so horrible. We watched it all play out.
Right.
So just move on with her life, with her new man. And let's see something new from Shannon if she stays. And if not, well, I don't think it's that big of a loss. It's not one of the greatest
100%.
Out of the seasons anymore. I mean, like you guys were saying earlier, Potomac is really killing it. Everyone's into Erika Girardi and what's going on with that. So I think
We have other fish to
OC
fry.
needs to, OC just needs to step it up, and we'll see what happens, I guess.
Okay. Doll Baby, what do you think about this whole Orange County situation? Why do you think that Shannon Bedore and this lawsuit against Facebook was dropped? Okay. Doll Baby, what do you think about this whole Orange County situation? Why do you think that Shannon... Oh, hold on one second. Mocha, thank you for chiming in. I'm going to go ahead and bring you back up. I'm going to bring up other callers. We had an echo from Doll Baby, so we'll bring her back up as well.
Okay, thank you.
Of course. All right, Jordan. We have Jordan and Janelle. Hi, guys.
Oh, there you are.
Hi, hey guys.
Hey, boo.
Oh, no.
Hi.
Oh, wait. We have Justice in the house, too, with the sad... This is... My mom always used to call it for me because I would pout my lip, and she would always say, you have the pouting lip. And I just
look
call
at
that
all you.
Justice.
Oh my God! You're no longer Avatar.
I guess I'm breaking the third wall now.
All right. All right. So we're going to try to keep this organized and go around the room. We will start really quick with Jordan, and then we'll go to Justice and then Janelle. Jordan, why did Shannon Bedore drop the lawsuit against Facebook? Was she intimidated or did they settle? I'm curious what you think.
I'm sure there's a combination of the two. I think there's also a combination of her realizing what a financial toll that a lawsuit like that could take, and her lawyers and her realizing like she ain't got the bread for that. Like, she really don't have it, and she don't make it with her frozen meals either. Which, speaking of Shannon, I don't even really care about the lawsuit. I want to know why David is trying to prevent her from filming when she barely films with her daughters anyway.
Because he's bitter.
Like,
I actually think it was fair. Honestly, listen.
Like, don't these other spouse, like, they are each in other relationships. Like, I don't understand how he looking at his wife and she looking at her man, and they sitting here going back and forth about some BS, and these children are doggone near grown.
Wait, hold on. I have a question because Janelle, do you have any kids?
No, I don't have any kids, but he is taking a page out of the Simon Barney playbook.
Yes,
that is what Simon Barney did to Tamra after season 4 when they got divorced. He refused to allow the children to get to be filmed. Their oldest star didn't want to be filmed anyway, but the other two didn't mind. And Simon stopped it in court. And he made it part of their divorce settlement that they could not film until they were 18.
I want to say this really quick. 2%, I see you in the call room, and I just see that you're driving, so a lot of people will get very upset because they don't want you to be...
I learned my lesson, child. Y'all ain't gonna come for me, honey.
Jordan learned, I'm sorry, but a lot of people in the chat just want you to be as safe as possible when driving and also streaming at the same time. We just want to look out for your safety, but I will be bringing 2% back up when you're not driving. I'm sorry. I hate to be
Jordan is in the YouTube parking lot, child.
Okay. Jordan is in the YouTube parking lot. But, all right. So Janelle doesn't have any kids. Neither do Jason and I. But Jordan, you do.
Have kids.
And Justice has kids. So my question is really quick, because I know I would be the David Bedore parent where I would be like, oh, wait, we divorced. You tried to make it challenging on me. And now I can affect your job because I'm out here bitter. Okay. And now I'm going to get you because you got me. Not going to get got without getting you back. So, Justice, would you let your kids film with your ex-person, your ex-partner, or would you make it difficult in order to make sure that they would not talk about you and your new family on screen?
So the thing would be is that I would kind of welcome them to talk about me on the screen, because then I could hit them with the defamation or slanders lawsuits if they said something that was not true.
But you can't because he signed it. He signed his life away.
No, but that doesn't mean that you're not responsible for what you say. So if you say that I'm a wife beater, on national television that I beat people up, and that's not true, I can then sue you. So
no, but she can also go around and talk about him and his girlfriend and say, oh, I heard that they met this way. I heard that she was promiscuous. I heard, and she can very innocently get out of that with still painting their family.
It's not innocent in that aspect, because it would still be up to the courts to decide what they want to do. I mean, for me, if I was going to protect myself and not say like, hey, don't talk about me or my new boo, then that's one thing. But to like not let the children film, I think that's a little harsh. I think like let the children kind of decide if they want to be a part of it or not, if they feel comfortable or not, because I just don't see myself turning down the opportunity for them if that's something they may want to pursue. If they are, this entertainment person, they may want to be able to get a jump start in their career.
Okay.
So that's my aspect on it. I don't see myself putting it out there unless like I had to like really if I was drugged through the mud. If you drug me through the mud, like my husband actually drug me through the mud and made it difficult, and I had to fight and run through this, run through that, just plain difficult, then yeah, I wouldn't. But if you made it easy, it was a easy divorce, then I don't see why would I want to prevent you from having money unless I want to either take the children from you in a sense that I want to so that I won't have to pay child support to you and just keep the kids, or because it doesn't help necessarily if like we're both stable people for you to make less money, because then you can take me back to court to get more money. And because it's like every 2 to 3 years, depending on your state, you can go back unless there was a significant drop. You can go to court immediately and ask for, me to replace that money that you missed out.
Okay.
So I think that's one thing people forget about, is that it's not always, whatever that child support is, maybe $10,000 this time around per month. It may go down to $5,000, or could go up 20,000, depending on what's going on in those two people's lives. So.
Okay. I respect that. I would be bitter as hell, but I respect that. Jordan?
I have a couple minds about this, because there's a certain level of finesse that one has to work with this type of situation, right? I think it's less about the kids, because I would let the kids film, go ahead, do your thing, because her kids aren't her storyline. Her storyline is me and my new wife, right? So I'm going to just let me validate your life existence. You keep making money off of my name, but there would have to be a decision made, like how much is you talking about my life affecting my productivity, my business, my financial stability. Like if what you saying over there down to the Bravo ain't really doing nothing to my check over here, as Monique would say, so if that little check over there ain't doing nothing over here, then I would not care. Like, girl, do that, make your money. Reference. Make your money so that you won't have to come and get back that $22,000 that you talked me down from a couple seasons ago.
Okay.
Do we remember this?
Yep.
Like, I would be like, girl, go ahead, do your thing. The only thing that I like the kids can be like, I would go with the deal that they eventually made. Like, go ahead and let the kids film. Just don't talk about me and my folks. Like like y'all do y'all thing. Talk about your frozen dinners. Talk about your surgery. Talk about your weight. Talk about everything else. Talk about Tamra. She got plenty to talk about. She does. She has plenty to talk about. And Heather's coming back. And also, do we really think that Heather is going to single-handedly save this franchise?
No,
who else is back is it standing on? Let's be honest here.
I mean, hold on. We'll have to get back to this in a second. I'm going to go ahead and bring up the super chat really quick. Ivan's Lyra, Real Housewives of Orange County needs to come first, other than Real Housewives in New Jersey, because last year RHOC came after RHOSLC, Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, and Real Housewives of New Jersey right after RHOC. Wow, that's a lot of acronyms. What do you think about Biden attending Meghan's wedding? We're getting to that tomorrow night, Ivans. We're getting that to tomorrow night. All right, so I'm going to bring up the last topic tonight really quick, and let me go ahead and take out this super chat. I'm going to bring up Kim Parr to join us in a 6-person panel. I know I've heard you guys say that 6 people, it's too much. You want to keep it to 4 because you think that we all talk over each other. But sometimes it can be funny. Jason loves it. Sometimes I love it. But at the end of the day, we're trying to stay organized and get this shit down. Okay? So don't be so mad.
There was one thing that y'all
Just live in the chaos
about David, his ego. And that is the one thing that him and Simon have in common. Ego. The ego got bruised. Because he got labeled a cheater after Shannon's first season, and that label has stayed with him to this very day. He is upset, he is mad, and when your ego is the one controlling things, nothing's gonna make sense. But what Justice and Jordan said, y'all were thinking with too much common sense because David is not thinking with common sense.
And technically,
common sense ain't common.
I'm with Jordan on this. Listen, this isn't just a label. You are actually, I'm not, it's like me saying like, no, you're a cheater. You cheated. You're a cheater. Cheater.
Mm-hmm.
But can we really say he was labeled a cheater when he cheated on national television?
Well, he didn't cheat on national television. He cheated before he made it to national television.
And admitted to it. So, like, you had the conversation yourself where you talked about it.
He didn't want to admit to it. The producers forced him to admit to it so that
you a grown-ass narcissist.
Shannon would have a storyline. And the thing is, and also,
I would have admitted to it.
Also, Simon and Tamara and Shannon and David, what they had in common is that both their husbands were extremely controlling. David may have been quieter about his controlling ways, but you could see it in their scenes together, especially the way he would put her down, especially when she wanted to make that restaurant that I think nobody would have gone to anyway. But when she wanted to do like a clean eating restaurant. Nobody ain't trying to do that.
like a vegan restaurant or like just clean eating?
Like healthy, clean eating. I could do that at home, but I don't. I still like my chicken and fries. I'm good. Like no one's going to get that. But,
I had a chicken sandwich for dinner with fries, so I'm with you.
Listen, I had Wendy's the other day and it was great. Oh, a number 1, please.
No, like right now in the DMV, it's been a struggle getting good service at a lot of different restaurants. So like, you end up with like free food or just paying for your tip because the service will be just that bad. But then the food, then you went to a place that has good food. It just comes out in weird order. Like I went out with like 6 people and we ordered like a whole bunch of appetizers. My entree came out first, before appetizers, before anybody else's entree, and nothing else came out.
Was this in Surrey County? Can Karen go and fix it?
Okay.
Yeah, this just happened to me. This just happened when I was in DC because we kind of have the same thing here, but it's a little worse up there right now. We went there and like things just came out sporadically. We were somewhere in Georgetown or something, but it was like we had a very large group, like 9. And my family is so impatient. I'm like, y'all need to settle down. You don't know what it's like. It's probably a shit show in the kitchen. There's like 2 servers who are probably underpaid, and we just have to sit here and deal with it, you know?
And to be fair, a lot of people were collecting unemployment. So when they were collecting unemployment, a lot of the servers didn't want to come back because they were making more money in unemployment than they would have been making in the restaurants. Well, no, I know. When you hike up unemployment that much, and there were servers who didn't want to come back because of that. So then they were taking whoever they could to put on an apron. And mind you, I worked in hospitality for almost 10 years. So in my restaurant, I was the best of the best. I made a lot of money and I did amazing for myself, but I was a really good server. It was years and years of doing it. And it's not an easy gig. I have so much respect for hospitality people, just not the fake ones who just want to all of a sudden pop up. They worked at a cash register and win Dixie, which I did that too. And then all of a sudden show up and be like, I'm a serve now. No. Okay.
I was tempted to like pull out the old bartending arm when I heard like once the pandemic kind of started to go down, because people in like DC, they were making $3,000 a week as a bartender, which is like, and not even a lot of nights. So I was like, babe, I may need to go down there. I may need to go get this money.
Why not?
Go get this money while these people are like just handing it
money.
All right. Well, Ivan Solera said actually he was cheating while filming. Shannon said that he was cheating when they were filming in Mexico with Vicky and Brooks. Okay, real quick, to end us off, I'm going to go ahead and bring up Kim Pyre, and I'm going to bring up the last topic. Everyone, I want to go around the room and ask everyone's opinion, and then we're going to sign off because we have the family Chantel tonight, So we have another new season coming onto TLC. I'm so excited about this, and we will be covering this tomorrow. Jason, are we doing it on your channel or mine?
It's up to you. Let me watch it. Like, I've only skimmed through like 1 and 2, and I don't know. Is this any good?
You're bothering me. Yes, watch. Okay.
The
Okay.
TLC kind of like makes me like cringe a little bit. Like getting through 90 Day Fiance is a pain in the ass for me.
The content that a channel called The Learning Channel is producing, I'm a little disturbed. I don't know what I'm supposed to be learning from TLC, but it is
I
not
love to watch
anything
the
valuable.
TLC. Okay, shoot.
I learned how to realize
I
I'm
thought-
pregnant from TLC.
Okay. Okay. Hold
I
on.
realized how to lose. Like, wait, like
We're gonna gather this really quick.
TLC. What is it named? Dr. G or whatever his name was.
We're going to go around the room really quick, and I'm going to add, and I know I'm pushing the limits here. Guys, if you haven't already, smash that like button. I'm going to add 2% in here, too, because 2% was driving, and now she's not, so I at least want to bring her up.
Welcome to
Erika
the
Girardi
Parking
and
Lot.
Jay Edelson, the main lawyers who were originally suing her, when they were suing her, they were coming in for the money, the settlements that were supposed to go to the widows and orphans. They were the ones who sparked off this whole Girardi scandal and calling this a sham divorce. Now they sent subpoenas to Evolution Media and Bravo saying, we want every piece of unaired, unedited footage of the Girardis because we want to see if any of this information will help us get money back for the victims. So again, I'm going to go around the room. I'm going to start with Jason. Hi, 2%.
Hi.
Hi. Okay. I'm going to start with, I've never had this many people in here at one time. Okay. I'm going to start with Jason, go to Jordan, Kimpire, Judgy Justice, Janelle, and 2% to end us off. That way we can go watch The Family Chantel. Jason, the subpoenaed footage, do you think we'll find something, or do you think this will lead us to a dead end?
I think it's a great idea because they have a lot that you don't see. Like we just found out about Salt Lake City. The whole conversation with Jen and Angie was completely scrapped, about the catering situation. So I'm sure there's a lot of footage. I mean, they film so much and then they give us so little. So yeah, I definitely think it can be helpful, and I think they'll find something.
I agree with that because they film for hours and hours a day, and we only get to see an hour.
Really quickly, in the edited, version, you have Erika telling like 15 different stories. So I can only imagine what's in the footage they didn't use.
Okay. Jordan?
They probably used what made sense out of her footage. They used something that can piece together a full sentence and said, we just gonna go with that. It's not gonna be a grammatically correct sentence, but it is going to be a sentence with a subject and a verb and a period. But I want to know what took so long. What took so long for footage to be subpoenaed? I thought that was going to be like from episode 1, they was going to be scanning through with the magnifying glass and all the stuff and the things. Like, I thought there was somebody with a whole Bravo team of lawyers. I thought that this was been going on.
Well, to be fair, Ronald Richards just recently came out on Twitter and said that he had the opportunity to see the first part of the reunion, and he said it is good, and he seriously applauds Andy Cohen for asking the questions that he did. So, yes, we heard that footage was being subpoenaed before, but now with Jay Edelson going in, this is not the trustee. This is a private, another private lawsuit. It's other than the trustee. So it'll be interesting.
The footage I want to see is the unaired footage of Erika and Lisa Rinna, because that's the one who she really spilling all her tea to. So I want to know them sitting around having drinks and getting sloshed drunk. Rinna is going to pull something out of her, and I want to know what it is.
I want to know about the husbands, but
that child.
Okay. Kimpire?
I mean, I think it's a smart move on their part to get the footage because you just never know what might be in there. But Erika has been doing this for 20 years. And when I say doing this for 20 years, meaning, putting up a front for the masses. And now she's done reality TV for multiple years. She knows what she's doing. She may give us a little bit of entertainment, but she's also an actress. Not a very good one, but she is an actress. So
I love how Janelle's like getting her socks off over there on the fact that you just said that.
I'm just saying, you a bad actress when you bad at playing yourself.
Okay. Justice, please. What do you have to say on this one?
First thing I gotta say is hi, my tourist brother. How are you? And one thing is, I think I think that we've already been through this before because it feels like deja vu. I think someone already subpoenaed this for a separate lawsuit, and I think we're gonna just keep seeing this repeat because it's a lot of money. It's 25 million for the one for it's 25 million for one thing, then it's $20 million going into her account, then there's 25 million on an Air Max credit card. So it's a lot of money out there, and I don't think this is going to be the end of these these subpoenas. I think Bravo needs to go ahead, burn some copies, and have them ready to go in the mail as soon as they hit the subpoenas, because it's a lot of people because this was a worldwide firm, so it's going to be an international issue.
Okay.
In regard to these victims.
Janelle?
And I don't have anything funny to say about
it. I think it's good that they are subpoena the on-air footage because of the Salahis of Real Housewives of DC. They've already learned their lesson. And I think Bravo did not want to get involved legally. And I think that's why it has not happened before now. We don't know what goes on behind closed doors. So they may have been asking for this footage before without the subpoena, and Bravo was like, nah, I'm good. And now they're like, no, okay, we're gonna get a court involved, and now you have to give us the footage. And I know as a writer, you can write a bunch of scenes and 90% of them are going to be crap, and you have to get rid of them so the storyline makes sense. So yeah, they're not going to give us everything, because if the storyline, because Erika, in the writer's world, Erika would be considered the A storyline. So she is going, so therefore the A storyline to make sense, they got to cut away all the other scenes so they don't muddle the waters. And then everyone else who falls in afterwards, like the whole beef between Garcelle and Dorit and then Kyle against everybody else, it's like, then they can fit all that in. So it makes perfect sense to ask to subpoena this on-air footage, and then they can go through with a fine-tooth comb and find footage, because I don't think this was a sham divorce. I do think Erika has been trying to get out, but she was trying to get those coins together before she got out. I do think she knew something. Do I think she knew everything? No, but she knew something enough to get out. And
that's what I've been saying.
Yeah, I think she knew enough. And then I think also I went back and rewatched the beginning episodes of this season, and she was smudging Tom's name throughout, trying to make him look like the bad guy. But I'm thinking, girl, we've been seeing him snap at you for the past 5 seasons. So what's new now?
Okay. All right. Well, I want to bring up our last caller really quick, because 2% ended up, the cam went off. I want to see. Hi, do we have you?
Don't be driving.
Okay, I'm not.
Hi, no, I'm not driving. Driving.
Oh, okay.
2%?
Maybe
no, it keeps cutting out.
Oh, also, I think Bravo thought they can probably get away without giving away the on-air footage, because it's not the Secret Service asking them for the footage. It's just well, I don't know what type of court is asking for the footage in California, but it's not the Secret Service going like, how did this person crash a White House party with the president?
Oh, well, who was asking for the footage in Potomac then? Because they gave over the footage to the police in Potomac when Candace got her wig separated.
Listen, if anybody files in the court to subpoena the footage, it doesn't matter who you are. If they subpoena the footage and the judge agrees and signs off on it, you have to hand over the footage, especially if they have enough reason for you to hand over the footage. So we're gonna have to wait and see, because I'm hopeful. If there is something to be found, I'm hopeful that somebody finds it. I'm not saying Erika has said anything, but we're all curious. Obviously, at the end of the day, we want to know. I'm always so careful what I say, because I already got brought up in her lawsuit once. I don't need to get brought up in it twice. So
I hope they find the rest of this $61 million.
I hope so too. I really do.
I think one thing about it is that we have to remember Bravo's a business. So if they just are handing out film, willy-nilly to whoever asks for it, even if they feel like it's a legitimate claim, they have to get something for it to prove, because that's what's going to prevent them from getting sued for giving out the film.
Well, no, yeah,
that's
true.
even though it's their property in a sense, but I think it's just an extra protection for them that they just go through the formality of just getting it. Same thing like if like somebody gets robbed at like the 7-Eleven, they have to go through the formality of getting the subpoena, even though like they may play it back for like the cops so they can at least start their footage, but for them to actually have it accessible for court, they go ahead and subpoena and take it to court just to make sure that they're crossing all their I's and T's. So I don't think Bravo would just willy-nilly giving away footage.
No,
And,
well, also the housewives, a bunch of them, especially the husbands, they like look at Joe Gorga in New Jersey. Like, how many lawsuits is he involved with at this point? So it's just like, are they going to have to give up footage for every single time a housewife or a house husband gets involved with a lawsuit? Because if I was suing Gorga, I keep saying his Gorga, Gorga, if I was suing him for whatever, and he may have said something in an episode, yeah, I probably would go through the court to subpoena Bravo to get that footage to use against him in court. And Bravo, and the thing is, Bravo doesn't just, it's not just the producers going like, here's the footage. They have to go through their legal team, money. They got to go through the network, money. They have to go through all these like loops and obstacles and stuff. That's costing them money and time that it can be used towards something else. So no, they're not going to be giving it out just like, hey, here you go.
Okay.
But that also makes me wonder. I'm sorry, go ahead, Empire.
We need to subpoena Bravo for that season 5 Potomac footage. We as a collective.
Yes. Okay.
Oh, yes.
I want to file that.
We know where you're going, Empire.
We could get you to start
On
typing
behalf
it up
of Mama Dorothy.
Yeah, go ahead. Empire, you want to type that up?
Yeah,
Mama Dorothy's going to come knocking on our door.
But that does raise a question for me, though. That does raise a question for me. I wonder which process is more strenuous. Actually going through and gathering all the footage for the subpoena, or going through the extra steps of doing advanced vettings and checks and background checks for new cast members. I wonder which one takes more time. You know what I'm saying?
vettings
Maybe
and
if
checks,
y'all were
because
just doing better background checks, maybe y'all wouldn't be getting into all these subpoenas.
it would be the
and
vettings and
stuff.
checks, because when they subpoenaed the footage, they subpoena all of the footage. You don't get to go through and decide, oh, well, this isn't important to the case, or this isn't. They subpoena the whole footage, anything that has to do with Erika. Like, they're not going to get private footage of Lisa Rinna in her house with their daughters unless Erika's name is mentioned. But most of the footage will be just of Erika's scenes, just like Ronald Richards does when he gets the footage from Bravo. He doesn't care about Dorit, Lisa Rinna, Kyle Richards. He just wants to see Erika in her house. What is she saying? Is it important to the case? But I do want to say, because we're at an hour and 23 minutes and we're about to go watch The Family Chantel, which is coming on in the next 30 minutes, and we will be recapping this live tomorrow. I want to go around the room and ask everybody where we can find you, and we will be back tomorrow for another night of hot, messy topics. This goes by so fast, and the only person who gets away with keeping me on a live this long is Kempire. So, y'all, baby, if it helps get the monies for the victim, I'm all for it. Jason, I'll start with you. Where can we find you?
Well, first of all, I love hot, messy topics. I love you, Kempire. I love my 3 Lady J's. Oh my God, sorry, Janelle, Justice, and Jordan. Janelle, I want to call you Jeanette, and I don't know why. So sorry.
My neighbor calls me Jeanette all the time.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Don't say that's okay. Don't let people just call you by the wrong name.
My name, listen.
I got called Ad Dumb for 5 years.
Not by me.
That was middle school and high school. Just saying, Ad Dumb. That was me.
They were not creative.
Okay, well, I'm taking Adam's stance. You better call me Janelle.
Yeah.
I will call you Janelle. I'm subscribed to you, Janelle. Okay. No, you guys can find me at Down with Jason. We're covering everything from royal news. We're going to be live tomorrow with some more royal news. Of course, I'm always on here with Adam, and I have a fun bunch of shows starting this week and next week that I'm really excited about. So come subscribe and like. Sorry, I'm like not motivated anymore because you just forced me to watch Family Chantel. So I kind of just want to stay on here the rest of the night.
Okay, Jason's canceled. Bye, Jason.
Bye.
Canceled.
All right, Jordan. Jordan, where can we find you? We're doing process of elimination.
You guys can find Woo! You guys can find me over at Pouring with Jordan, the channel where I run the YouTube streets, pour tea on a variety of subjects and shows, and then sweeten it with my opinions. I would usually tell you, if you want to show me love, hit me on Instagram. If you want to smoke, hit me on Twitter. But my Instagram's down right now, so it's all smoke. POURJORDN.
Oh, all right, Jordan. We'll see you super soon. Guys, if you're not subscribed, get subscribed to Jordan and Down with Jason. Oh, here we go. On to the next. Watch this. Kempire. Oh, no, not Kempire. Kempire has a minute to go ahead and rehearse that monologue. Janelle, please.
Oh, yes. Hey, y'all. So you can follow me on Instagram, TikTok, or Twitter at Janelle Sunshine. All one word, Jeanell, Sunshine. And yeah, you can go watch my crazy TikToks where I talk about all my crazy behind the scenes stories of when I was an extra in New York City. And let me tell you, child, somebody tried to be touching on Risk of Hargitay crazy one time when I was an extra. Go on my TikTok. You'll see the story. Yeah.
All right, guys, go follow Janelle's TikToks if you want to find out about some risque behavior. And we're not talking about Erika Girardi's Instagram. Thank you, Janelle. All right. Judgy Justice.
Oh, okay.
Hi.
Hi, so I'm Judgy Justice. You can find me here on TikTok at Judgy Justice and as well as YouTube. I have an account. I do recaps of RHOP, Salt Lake City, and I'm getting ready to do Ready to Love because that show is one of my favorites. And
nice.
I love it's a really great show. It's on OWN. It starts October 15th, and I'll be doing a recap like right after, and then I'll do another one after it simmers in because sometimes I don't have the best opinion of something at the first. So that's mostly what you'll see. You see a first recap, and then you'll see like a one later on, a bigger one.
Oh my gosh, that's how Kempire is sometimes crazy. All right. I'm just kidding. Justice, thank you so much. Guys, if you're not followed to Justice, go follow, and we will see you hopefully tomorrow. Bye, Justice.
I was literally going to go to bed because I was tired from my busy day, but you told me you were going live. I said, you know what, I'm gonna try and stay up, because it's almost 1:30 a.m. here in the Netherlands. Let me show some support, and here we are.
Yeah, that's a beautiful place to be. What are you talking about? What is half empty about this class?
I can't.
All right. Well, Kempire, of course, you always know that we appreciate the hell out of you. Thank you so much for an amazing recap of Salt Lake City today on your channel. That was a lot of fun. And of course, we have other things to recap this week. Kempire is still on his venture to find love, 90 Day Fiancé Amsterdam. So we're wishing him the best, just like we're wishing Judgy Justice the best with this pregnancy. So we're wishing you both the best. But Kempire is on a different mission. Not the same mission, because pregnancy and trying to find love is very different. But eventually, sometimes finding love leads to pregnancy. So maybe it's not so different after all. But Kempire, can you let us know where we can find you?
What is happening here?
I don't know.
You guys can find me on the Kempire Daily YouTube channel, where you get daily and consistent hot topics in music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. And be sure to subscribe to my podcast, Kempire Radio, available on all podcast platforms.
All right. Kempire, thank you so much. We appreciate you. And hopefully we will see you tomorrow.
Yes.
All right. Bye. Get some sleep. All right, guys, if you haven't already, go ahead and smash that like button. Show some love. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed, because, again, this is a subscribers-only live chat. Thank you for another amazing Hot Messy Topics. This gets more fun and more fun every time. I'm so sorry. 2%, or 2 cent. I believe it was one of them, and I'm not trying to be a smartass at all. But I'm sorry that the camera wasn't working. And also, Baby Dollface, I apologize as well. If you guys call in and sometimes it doesn't work, it's the connection, please try to call in the next night, and also be active in the chat, because I will be looking for it, trying to see where I can bring you up like this. Renee said, Kempire is totally trying to get pregnant. LMAO. Renee, you said it. Guys, I'll see you tomorrow. Happy Monday. Tomorrow we are back to talk about 90 Day Fiancé and also the family Chantel. Get ready for it. Love you guys. And I will see you tomorrow for pre-records and 2 lives. Bye. Check out the community tab tonight. Thank you to all of our mods. Super